Welcome to REELaTVity. On this channel, I'll be doing movie reviews and recommendations from a real-world perspective, done in an immersive way that you hopefully haven't seen before. I also plan on eventually expanding into TV shows and other outlets once the channel begins to grow and I'm able to dedicate myself to it full time. This is the theater room where we'll be doing the reviews. The movie we're going to be reviewing today is Papillon. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Papillon is a remake of the 1973 film of the same name, which starred Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman. It's the true story of Henri Charriers' life and the circumstances which altered his life's course forever. A night on the town and the actions he took that night would send him to jail for a life sentence for a crime he did not commit. Now, at first glance, this punishment seems so unfair. Closer examination may cause one to reflect on how unaddressed indiscretions over time may allow a person to feel invincible, therefore allowing unpunished criminal acts to escalate. A counterfeiter doesn't stop after printing a couple $100s, I'm sure. It's only after enough currency floods the market to gain attention that sets authorities on the currency replicator's tail. It's often been said that criminals are outstanding thinkers and could have probably led law-abiding, lucrative lives if they chose to do so. From on top of the world to the bottom, or like rapper Meek Mill said, "Judge banging that gavel, turn me to slave from a king." Henri Charriers knows this transition well, but he doesn't plan on his new abode being permanent by any means, and I don't blame him. It's the 1930s on a penal colony in French Guiana, and although the scenery may be pretty, the horrors that lurk within the overcrowded cells and damp walls are anything but. But it isn't going to be easy to acquire this change of scenery, as a place like this is akin to Alcatraz the way it's portrayed, probably a lot worse, and that's even with the ace he holds up his sleeve. But after a chilling scene in which the repercussions of trying to relocate are on full display for all of the inmates to see, Henri and his new ally get a shock to the system as to just how dangerous what they're planning to attempt is. But that's the least of Henri's problems, as his actions have gotten him relocated to solitary, a place meant to break men mentally and physically, a true test of the human spirit, mind, and the will to live. Not to mention, the warden has it out for Papillon, so his stay is setting up to be harsher than most. But every man is not so easily broken, and some find strength they didn't even know they had, depending on the circumstances, as is the case with the scrawny Dega. So it's only fitting that Henri, when banished to Devil's Island, decides to enlist the help of the counterfeiter, Louis Dega, to aid him in his escape. The irony of this alliance is the convergence of both criminals' lives comes at a time when neither realizes they are not above the law. As the events which follow their life courses reveal, they both learn they have a lot to learn about not only themselves, but everyone else around them. Papillon is the prime example of how people with the same plight can make the decision to either stay in that situation or be determined not to. This movie moves at a decent pace, so get your popcorn and snacks ready early, because you won't want to miss any of what it has to offer. The saying that things are not always as they seem certainly rings true of this one. The performance of Charlie Hunnam of Sons of Anarchy fame and Rami Malek, best known for his roles such as Bohemian Rhapsody and Mr. Robot, are both stellar in this movie. This is a don't miss film for sure, It definitely brings home the point that any of our lives' paths to our final destinations can be changed in an instant. It also demonstrates how our interactions with people in our lives can shape and alter that trajectory, and how in the end, the people who have loyalty to each other or an ideal outlast those who are loyal to nothing but their selfish motives. It's like the warden question, Henry. What are you living for? Doesn't matter if the warden knew or not. As long as you believe in it or them, if it's a person, wholeheartedly, you might just live to tell your story or to speak for the voiceless who never got a chance to. My movie ratings and best performance award will be showing next, so continue watching until the end. Subscribe and like if you haven't already. And comments are welcome, as I'll be looking to improve these reviews over time. And I want to hear your input as far as what you can relate to or your thoughts on the movie. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next review.